Today, on another note.
In the U.S. in July, they started, President Trump started a campaign, an ICE campaign to round up all the illegal immigrants that were in the country and start the process of deportation.
I just think it's a little bit inhumane, especially if families were started like kids. They're deporting the children as well.
Today's local highlight is Paradise Water Sport.
Should you be friends with your current partner's ex?
Last episode, I talked a lot about screens and making things routine. And there was one thing that I didn't mention. Skin cancer screening.
We brought a rosé for a girl named Rose.
Welcome back to On Another Note. We are not your average talk show, which is why you're watching. So we're going to get right into it. I wish you guys could feel the breeze. It is just amazing. Yep. Still at Nottingham Estate. We are at a private residence. It's set up kind of like a villa. I love it. I love it.
I'd never go anywhere if I was living there. I can vacation there all day.
Like I could pay $250 a night. I could do that. It is really good. We're getting ready to have another exciting episode. If you have missed any of our episodes, this is your opportunity to do so. Head on over to our Facebook page, On Another Note. Head on over to OAN Talk on Instagram to catch all the behind the scenes actions and the fashion. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. And we also have some hot topics that we keep talking about. So let's hear your opinions on hot topics from the past. Sounds good? How was everybody's week?
Good.
Good, still good.
I know you're still on that teacher summer break moment.
No, it's no time to get back to school.
Yeah, so
yes,
prep starts.
No, yes.
So your party
Prep work.
season for business is over. So is this slow season
Slow
for you?
season.
Is
Getting
it?
into slow season.
Okay.
I'm just still chilling like a villain.
Did you find Bob Dylan?
I like that one.
Yeah, I think this is my slow season from a, work perspective, and everything else in the community is kind of dying down. So you won't see me as much around, which is good. I went on a little hiatus and then now I'm back. Gone for a minute, now I'm back. Okay. So, this is definitely, I kind of like September's,
That's my month.
Best month.
I don't know about
Birthday
it being the
month?
best month.
Birthday month.
Drinks
First of all, in 2017 September, we wanted to scrap the whole September from the calendar in 2017.
September always leaves a good history.
I don't know about a good history. It's a historic month, but we don't feel good about it. We don't,
Something to remember. We leave something to remember.
September to
You have to
remember.
take the good out of it. The good.
No, every
Yeah,
year
but
there's something.
There's something good that came out of all those situations.
What, Kevin? As I still put nails in my roof. What, Kevin? What?
I find that the hurricanes, for example, motivated a lot of individuals. Because if you notice, the entrepreneurs have
Young people.
increased.
Yeah,
They have been
definitely
motivated
agreed.
and
Oh,
pushed. So,
yeah.
we get stuff happening.
Myself included.
I
just
agree with
jumped
that.
off the
Yes.
deep end after
You
I was like,
realize
oh,
you
no
need to
child.
push.
So everybody's skin look terrible after the storm. Let me fix that. Breathe-a-derm. For all your post-hurricane needs. I love it. I love it. But it's true. Okay, so we will give September to remember a little bit of some of my really close friends are born in September. So yeah. And it gets into the time of year that I personally like. We get closer to Thanksgiving, we get closer to Christmas. So when September comes around, it makes me slightly happy. Slightly.
We'll take it.
We'll take
Better
that.
than nothing.
Kids are back to school, so my
Yes.
brother is back to school, so that makes me happy.
Oh, look at
And then
you.
one thing is
So
notable.
he's busy with homework and assignment. Not watching.
Yeah, definitely one thing is notable. Once you see September start rolling around, people start settling down. The parties start to dwindle away. So definitely it's time to get back into the regular flow of your life. And that's what's happening right about here. Patsy done. I like that one. Patsy done. I wanted to talk about something today that is, not relative to BVI specifically, but I wonder if, so here we go. In the US in July, they started, President Trump started a campaign, an ICE campaign to round up all the illegal immigrants that were in the country and start the process of deportation to send them back because they are illegally residing within the country. What are your thoughts about something like that happening in the US? We'll start with the US because I want to know, what if we do something, but we'll get to that point. So what do you think about the fact that a president has decided, you know what, we know that people have smuggled in, we know that people have overstayed, we know that people don't have the right documentation, they came on holiday, you here 5, 10, 16 years, you know, we're gonna round you up and put you out because technically that is illegal. You are an illegal immigrant.
So they're well within their rights, but I mean, I just think it's a little bit inhumane, especially if families were started like kids. They're deporting the children as well with the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They're doing the whole sabbatical.
Well,
so I think there was a prelude. There was a prelude to it, and I don't want to mix up the two. So the prelude to it, there were some deportations happening, and kids were being strung away from parents, and
Yes,
that
I
was
remember
different
that
to
one.
this particular program. So that was just regular roundups that ICE's normal job.
I feel that like the world knows how Trump feels about immigrants. He's gonna do what he can in order to get rid of them all. And we think of immigrants like, oh, just leave. It's like we're human. Some of these immigrants are probably living there for years.
They are.
They probably farmed our whole life with kids, of course, and all of that. And there's certain considerations. I mean, like Shakima said, he has a right. And every country has this problem. But the way it's being done, I don't know how to feel about that.
I guess it's twofold too. Because I mean, sorry, Shaq. I lived in California for 13 years. And yes, it's in his right to do that. Obviously, any country, it's in their right. But in California, per se, the people that are doing all the landscaping, all the gardening,
Construction.
these are people that are living in California illegally. And they know that they're living there illegally. But guess what? The works get done.
The services.
It gets done for a cheaper rate for them. And it's the gardens, everything is well kept. No. When you round up and you get rid of all these people, who's going to do that job? And what price are they going to do that?
Americans are going to do that job. Okay?
And we know the American people per se are not going to do those jobs.
That's a good point. Shaq, what's your take on ICE's roundup?
I don't know. I mean, to me, it's just an emotional experience. I'm looking at it from the outside, and I know there's so many different families who go there for the greener pastures.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they work extremely hard. And to know that you have families who have built their whole life there, they actually probably have nothing where they're going back to.
True.
So they're going
Definitely.
back home into a circumstance
They're going back to where they were born.
Yeah.
It's not
but
home anymore.
it's not home
Exactly.
anymore. So it's
Like you said, a lot of them been
overall
living-
it's a sad experience.
A lot of them have been living there for years. I mean,
they don't
I know a family, the dad had 2 children, the 2 children went college, and he's there illegally.
Yeah.
But he made a life there.
For his kids,
No.
for his
Yes.
family, for the betterment of the
You
future.
round him up and you ship him back to a country that he knows nothing about at this stage in his life.
I agree.
I mean, it's a different.
Yeah.
It's
There's a weird thing that
This is a hard discussion to have because when I think about it and I start thinking, because I agree, President Trump is well within his rights as the commander-in-chief of his country to say illegal immigrants are breaking the law. We have the right to find you and to send you back to where you've come from. If you want to come here and you need pardon, we have processes for that.
so then
If you're running from a difficult area and you need a greener pasture, there are processes for that.
should they have a statute of limitation then?
If there should be a statute of limitation on it,
Yeah, I mean,
you
if
know,
there's folks that have been there past a certain amount of times, do we?
give them
we-
pardon,
Yeah.
grandfather them in. You know, personally, I would say no. I know this sounds so harsh.
Is he
Oh my
doing
gosh.
that?
I don't know.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't know if there's a statute of limitation on that particular thing. I don't think there is. It's like me saying you're a murderer. We finally found you. They have cold cases. Some of them, cold cases don't have a statute of limitation. We've never solved it. It's the same thing.
Okay.
We've never found you, illegal immigrant, but we're actively searching now for you. And, you know,
Even if they're contributing to the economy?
even if they're contributing to the economy, because really you started out on a bad foot. You know what I mean? So there's some portions of the economy you can't contribute to. So chances are you can't pay taxes. You have to get paid under the table.
But wait.
Chances are there's information about you that if you do something illegal, we now can't find it because you are not even in the system.
That's
So
what
there
I
are
wanted you to say.
repercussions.
I was pushing you to say that.
Yeah, there are repercussions, and that's the part I wanted
So
to
that's
get
why
to.
it's just a sad situation, but I don't know if there's any solution. There's nothing around it. It's just a.
But I want to relate it back to BVI. So if you're watching, let's think about this. Trump is doing this roundup of illegal immigrants via ICE, the department that does that, Immigration and Customs Enforcement
ICE.
for the US, right? Let's think about BVI. What if we were to do that? And let's be honest, because we have illegal immigrants here. We have people who have overstayed. We have people who have come on holiday and they've been here 20 years. The kids born here. They got grandchildren. I mean,
think
let's
they do
think
that
about it from a
sometimes.
BVI perspective.
I think
How
they
do we
do that
feel
sometimes.
if, you know, our premier decides in 2 months we are going to do a immigration roundup?
Listen, it's the principle of it. I have to say, I'll tell you guys my own personal experience with this. My mom was Dominican, and my mom worked here for a number of years. I was born here, but she overstayed. Her permit had expired, and she didn't go ahead and do what she was supposed to do. When I went to high school, probably like 1 week after I come home, to a letter. Please go by this friend. I won't be back anytime soon. Okay? That's my story.
So this is
And
a
I
personal
resented the government of the British Virgin Islands for years because I was like, how can you take the mother of a 13-year-old single parent and leave me in the house by myself? No, not social development, not a soul came to look to ask if she had a child or whatever. But I have grown to understand in my older years that the country was within their right. She had an opportunity to do what was right.
Yeah.
So should I go and chastise the government, the immigration department for doing their job when she probably was given warning at that time and given the information that she needed? So that's what I'm saying is a principle of the thing.
Yeah.
It is an emotional time. It's a sad experience, but at the end of the day, there are repercussions for everything in life. And if we have the persons who are there illegally train their children to believe that you can enter another man's country illegally
Round of applause.
and make a life for yourself and go under the radar and think that that's okay, then we are definitely messing up this thing called humanity.
I think that's an important point, and I'm so glad to hear your story on this because I hope that our viewing audience sees the perspective of the child in that situation. A child who only knows this to be home. It is probably the child's home, but not the home of the parent.
Yes.
And now that parent is being deported, possibly uprooting children who don't know anything different. Some of the children don't even know that the parents are illegally living
Yes.
within the territory. This
I
is
didn't
just
know.
life.
I did not
here,
know
raised
until I saw that letter.
Yeah, and you know, when I started to think about it, I've had my own personal take. You know, when I moved from BVI, my mom she was not illegal, but she did have some immigration issues were different back then. So they asked her to leave, old BVI way of doing things. So they asked her to leave, and it would have been the same thing. It was, what happens to the kid? You know, my mom decided she's going to take me. She decided, you know what, I'm going to head off to college. And we were there for a little bit. We overstayed, and when she realized that she'd overstayed in America, she then went to them and said, listen, these paperwork didn't come through in time, and I have no place else to go. The place that I have lived for over 16 years, I cannot go back there. That is where my daughter is from. From a legal standpoint, I can't go back there. What do? I don't want that I have to send my only child back to this country that I now can't enter. What do I do? And I know that had to be a very difficult moment for a parent. I was trying to figure out what's going to happen if you leave. What happened with me? Because we had no family here. What are we doing? What's going to happen? And I remember how distraught I felt hearing her trying to figure out, what will happen. And I think about all the kids in this situation. But as you said, as an adult and as BVI, as my country, I don't want that it's okay for that to be the life. I want that you do the same thing that my mom did. Go and find out. Listen, you may not get pardoned. Some people will, some people won't. But at some point, you need to be able to say, this isn't the right way to start a life. Even if this is the better life for you.
It's not the right way.
It's not the right
It isn't the right way, because if we had 100 people do that every year, could you imagine?
Yeah.
You don't have any history on those people.
And then like Dr. Shaq said, you don't want to train the kids to think that that's okay.
That it's
Because
okay.
then they're going to train their kids or whoever. And
And you don't want to have a community of people that legally we can't account for. So if
And
another
that's important.
country is looking for someone for emergency purposes, something terrible has happened to their family, they're here illegally, we don't know.
You don't know.
We don't know.
And that's
You
how
know, they
criminals
missing at
go
sea.
under the radar
Find them.
in
You don't
different
know.
countries, because in your country you might have been a murderer, rapist, whatever, but you
Yes.
decided to just move on into another territory where you decide you're not going to register, and something happened, you had a change of heart after whatever, but at the end of the day you still should be held accountable for it.
You know what?
Like,
I would
mean,
really like to hear what our audience
it's kind of
thinks.
rough. That's
Definitely continue the conversation on our Facebook page, OAN on Another Note on Facebook, and OAN Talk on Instagram. Continue the conversation. What are your views? How do you feel about immigration issues and what the American president is doing? President Trump are rounding people up, and he's basically saying, if you're illegal, you've broken our laws and you have to leave. He's given them an opportunity, which I love. They do have an opportunity to go to court. They don't get deported. You go through the court system. So they're going to go through the court system, and that court may say, you know what? We pardon you. We pardon you. Or the court may say, I'm sorry, you have not contributed, the route you came here. You have to go. But they have an opportunity to go before a justice court. They're going through that legal judicial system. And let's hear your thoughts. What do you think? What if it was BVI? Would you want your country to be influxed with illegal immigrants? Or would you say we have laws? Yeah. So we're going to take a break. We'll let you think about that. Put your comments there. We'll be right back.
Today's local highlight is Paradise Water Sport.
Should you be friends with your current partner's ex?
last episode, I talked a lot about screens and making things routine. And there was one thing that I didn't mention, skin cancer screening.
We brought a rosé for a girl named Rose.
Creative Arts Branding Specialist specializes in visual communication through branding. With over a decade of experience and service, Creative Arts Branding Specialist is the trendsetter in the graphic and printing industry. Our talented branding specialists provide a multifaceted approach to various design concepts, resulting in customized products and services to ensure customer satisfaction. For quality, professional, and durable products such as acrylic signs, backdrops, banners, billboard designs, custom apparel, custom designs, decals and stickers, logos, posters and flyers, electric and lighted signs, window and glass application, and so much more. Visit us at Sugar Mill Road or call us on 284-542-2731 or email us at creativearts@gmail.com. That's CRE8TIVE arts BVI@gmail.com.
At Horizon Catering, we deliver the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services. We know how important catering is to your event, so we cut no corners to ensure a satisfying and memorable event. We can turn your next event from the ordinary to the extraordinary. For the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services, call Horizon Catering at 284-499-2132 or 499-2142.
Welcome back, guys.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go into.
I like how he just comes in nice and smooth.
Y'all notice Kevin is like
He just comes in so smooth. I love
welcome
it.
back, guys. we usually chat. Kevin is like, ladies, cut it out. Welcome back.
So welcome back, guys. Today's local highlight is Paradise Water Sport.
Ooh,
Parasailing in the BVI. Have you ever pictured that?
yes,
Have you
I've
pictured
done it.
yourself up in
I've
the
done
air?
it.
Being up in the air like a bird,
Yep.
breathtaking,
Yeah.
and just gazing upon the beautiful landscape of the British Virgin Islands.
It is
I'm kind of
gorgeous.
feeling like I need to close my eyes right here.
Well, keep your eyes closed and picture the translucent water that surrounds you while you're up there.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
Well, Dr. Shaq,
Huh?
dream no more. Because Paradise Sailing BVI, an exciting water sport attraction here in the Virgin Islands, can make that dream come true.
Yes.
Entrepreneur Clyde Hodge has over 25 years of experience in the tourism industry and has gone out on a limb to bring this adventurous sport to the residents and visitors of the Virgin Islands. Hodge saw a vision to experience a bird-eye view of these beautiful British Virgin Islands waters. So he took a risk. In addition of this heart-throbbing, but fun-filled and safe, yeah, put that in there, safe, family-friendly water sport on the deck of Paradise Water Sport employs and fully trained, they're all certified, Captain John Whitney, who has 25 years working experience as a parasailing captain in the United States and the Caribbean.
Can I feel
Captain-
more safe?
Yes, Captain Whitney is accompanied by a mate as well, so he's not out there by himself. But the parasailing activity takes place in Road Harbour or in the beautiful King Garden Bay.
Beautiful King Garden Bay.
I specifically put that in there for you. And it highly depends on the weather of the day. But for rates and bookings and stuff, you guys can call Mr. Hodge. His number is 442-4440. And if you can't reach him on that number, you can reach him on 344-0469. Or you can check out his Facebook page, where they offer special rates, group rates, resort pickups, and charter and private pickups as well.
Yeah, so definitely check him out. Check out his personal Facebook page, Clyde Hodge, and then you can also CLYDE, I think it is, and then you can also look for Paradise Water Sport. Paradise with a Z, if I am correct. Yes. Paradize, Paradise Water Sports. Check that out. I have been on it. You have been on it. Have you done it?
I've done
Okay.
it as well.
Shaq, you have got to
Because I
try.
can't
it.
swim, so
new
there's some
things.
things that handicap me, and I can't swim.
No, you should. You
So I'm
don't need
just
to be
like-
able to swim. They put life vests on you.
Are you judging me from?
I find like people from here should be able to swim.
Yes.
Like I
Anyone
said,
else should
are
be
you
able to
judging me from across the table?
Definitely try it. You know what, producers, you guys need to set up for us to go.
It'd be
We
a
should
good
do
fun
this.
day, you know?
It would be a good fun day. Let's
Yes.
let's try to do that.
Anything fun, I'm down.
Let's try to
I'm
do
down.
that
I didn't
because
think I'd
Shaq
be-
trusts
I'm
me.
down.
I'll have my nice life vest. I want it to be a nice color. I'll do it. I'm ready.
We'll get you a nice little truffle.
Yeah.
Yes, Kristen. Hello.
But definitely check them out. It's an amazing. All the descriptive wording that you said.
Yes.
That is
I tell
exactly
you,
the experience.
you took me there. I didn't even have to go. I was just like, yeah.
The experience is that great. So definitely check them out. I love the fact that we've got localpreneurs who are killing it.
Yes.
Yeah, I made that one up.
You made that one.
I made that
okay.
one up.
Copyright.
Yeah, I like the fact that we have localpreneurs who are doing things that
A lot of
are
good things
relevant
and
to our
different.
industries. So water sports, you always can get on a boat, but being able to see BVI without getting in the helicopter tour, which you should also check out, but without doing that and then spending the day on the beach when you're done.
And it's so quiet up there.
And I've done it with my kids, so I did it with all three
Yeah,
of my
kids can do it
kids
as well.
It's so safe. So safe. It's awesome.
Except for the
Shout out
shark
to you.
movies when they jump up and get you.
Oh my gosh, why would you say that?
You can't say that to people that can't
You
swim.
know, my goodness. Oh,
Like,
no, we don't have sharks in the BVI. There are no sharks in BVI water. Wink, wink. Okay, no sharks. But today, check us out. I'm gonna start with Kevin. Y'all look at this. You listen. You need to be a brand promoter. You rep
I walk in
hard.
big
And it actually says KMS promotion.
Literally rep hard.
And here what? Legit. I just learned that word. So this is legit.
Decades behind. She's still on.
It's a legit rock.
It's a legit
So
rock.
it's one of my good friends, like one of my best friends. It's his promotional company, KMS Promotions. So he does events.
Come put on the card so they can see the shirt.
Yes. So he does events. He does car washing and different stuff like that.
And
So,
lobsters.
lobster. He's
Hello.
He
He is
Yeah, the
known
lobsters
for the
are good.
lobster
Yeah,
situation.
yeah.
And I just
So-
want to add that he's also a class of 2000.
Oh my goodness. How many people are in
Of
this
the BVI
class?
High School. And that's why we just legit amazing.
Legit.
Look up at us.
We're done with the legit.
Okay,
We've
okay,
passed
that
on
was
from
my
that.
last one.
Yeah, so this is another
met the
local
quota.
preneur. Yeah, definitely. I love it. If you see if you see Kevin on the street, he is legit wearing now you
What
may
is
be
it?
using the word. Why am I using this word? He is for sure wearing a brand that one of the local brands. I always see you in KMS shirts. You know what? It's funny. The liquor boss never wears a shirt that says Hennessy and Coke.
Very true.
I've never seen you in any drink
I saw
promoting
a short
wear,
at time.
but
Anything is possible. Was it a short?
I never even wear that one. But I see people wearing it. But it's,
Okay.
nah, I like to support young people
Yeah.
I love
and
that.
their vision.
You're young too.
Oh, I love that. I know.
We support each other. This is awesome.
Yeah, so shout out to all our localpreneurs. We've got Umi, so definitely zoom in.
Yes,
Do you see the earrings on Brie?
Different again.
Brie is so, oh my goodness.
Don't look at
Fire.
This, I know, she's hiding the boob area. Yeah. Hot.
But guys, this dress again is amazing.
And you'll notice a trend as you pass across. Kevin didn't wear his shoulder out today. He felt a little bit funny about wearing his shoulder.
Next time.
But definitely this season, this summer season, flare. So you'll see a lot of flare. Bell, so bell
Yes.
sleeves. And shoulder out.
yeah.
It's definitely in. So you'll definitely see a lot of off the shoulders. You'll definitely see a lot of asymmetrical tops. Talking about asymmetrical, we have got a girl named Rose from Truffle's newest
girl called
line.
Rose.
Called
Hello.
Rose. Yes. From Truffle's newest line. And this thing is so amazing.
You guys could tell
It's
I'm
like a
feeling
dress.
myself.
And it can be worn as a wrap
Yes.
skirt.
Yes.
Like, who does that? Only
I'm
our
breaking the
localpreneurs,
rules.
Okay, it is awesome. So this asymmetrical top is just it fits any body shape. If you've got a really big derriere, this will go really good with your body shape because it
fits really nice.
It fits really well for those who are well endowed in the lower half of their bodies.
That's
It-
okay.
it-
I
it
don't
goes-
have any of those, but
But it goes, and that's the point. It goes really well with any
body
type of shape.
Yeah.
But this, at the print, whew, summer
Yes.
ready.
I am.
You feel
feeling
springish
myself.
every time
yes.
you see it.
Yes. Yes.
I love it. And then I'm wearing a dress from. Where did I get this from? I think I got this one from. Oh yes, I did get this from Glamorous Fashions. I do wear a lot of their clothes. So this is from Glamorous Fashion. Same bell sleeves. I
Yes,
mean,
it
these
looks
things are
beautiful.
in. And then the next time I wear this, I'm gonna take the sleeves off, so it'll just be a tube top. So I like transformational pieces.
Nice.
It doesn't come to do that, but I usually.
We'll make it that way.
Yeah, so I will take the sleeves off because it's easy to do
You got
that.
a little designer gene
Yeah,
as
so
well.
it's
Okay.
really good. And then when I wear it again, I'm going to put the two sleeves on one side, so I'll have one long sleeve. Yeah,
I like that.
I like transformational pieces that I can look at it and say, okay, this one needs attached by a little string
little
band,
bit,
this could
yeah.
come off and go on. So shout out to Glamorous Fashion, to Umi for always keeping us hot, to Treffle, and definitely shout out to Creative Arts and KMS Promotions, who is also being promoted today. So definitely, we love you guys. We will continue to shop and continue to spend our money locally. We're going to take a commercial break. We will be right back.
Shavander Naturals. Handmade natural products made in the British Virgin Islands. Our products are sourced from natural and sometimes organic ingredients. Shavander Naturals is the perfect gift for your loved one this season. Try our hair and body butters, natural handmade bar soaps, lip balms, shampoos, conditioners, oils, pomades, and scrubs. Also available for wholesale to hotels, bed and breakfast, as well as retail markets. Call us at 443-5404 or send us an email at shavanda@gmail.com.
And we're back. Listen, sometimes I wish I could take you guys behind the scenes. Oh my goodness gracious. Behind the scenes are usually the best parts. We had a really heated discussion about ice and a whole bunch of other things that we can't talk about on air. Ooh, one of these days we're going to do a behind the scenes, but it's one of our favorite parts. So, Bree?
Yes, the hot topic, guys. I love hot topics. Anyways, I'm going to split this question up because I feel we can answer it differently. So part one, can you or should you be friends with your current partner's ex? I feel you don't need to.
So let's get this right. So can you be friends with your current partner's ex? So my husband's ex-girlfriend. Say what?
Can you? You can. Should you?
I mean, you could do anything in this world. I mean, who can stop me? But I mean, am I interested? No.
You don't see. You see here, man. Here we go. Tell us.
Tell us why you don't see another. So can you imagine? You are friends with your girlfriend's ex-boyfriend, and she can't stand him. And technically, on the side, he's still trying. Miss Son,
you don't even know that he's still trying. And you his partner.
You leave me for he? Really? Man.
I mean,
see, now you're thinking about it, Kevin. Now you're thinking about it.
Friends, you have friends on different levels, though.
And the next thing is, were you friends before with the guy?
That's important.
Because then we legit ain't no friend no more. If we were friends before, and then there should be an unspoken rule that he is now off limits. If we were friends before, some people look at it that way. Becomes available, and then now you're looking at him as available. No, my friend was with you. I am not. That's an unspoken rule.
I did it. Of the friendship, is it?
She did it.
I did it. So I did it. I oh my gosh. I did it. I did.
You broke the rule, Jel. You broke the rule.
The secret friend rule.
Oh, so I did it. I became friends with the ex of one of my partners. For two reasons. Okay, it was tactic. Okay, don't judge me. It was tactical.
I heard about this one.
So reason number one was I didn't trust her, and I thought that she would try to get her way back in. So I figured if we became friends, I can keep my eye on you and keep the distance. Didn't go so well for my relationship because he was like, what are you doing? What the hell? You can bounce now? Like, what's going on? But that was rule number one. Number two, I wanted to find out some inside information. So I used that friendship.
That's all I'm seeing right now. The word friend. The word
a good way to,
Don't feel guilty. You're not the only one who has done it.
You've done it.
No, not me.
Why is she calling you out like that, though?
Friends who have done it, like, they don't care to be friends, but they're trying to be friends. They want, for example, Kevin is my boyfriend. You're his ex. You would feel bad trying to talk to Kevin because now we're friends. So some girls do it in a way that to avoid that.
I don't know what it is you got going on, but you need to. Anybody got time for that?
Kevin, ain't gonna get on camera. Not today.
No, Kevin.
Not today, Kevin.
But there's the other part now. So part two. What about if there's a child involved? Can you or should you be friends with your ex?
That's required.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's required.
Because
kid is
maybe
involved?
I think Yeah, the kid. That's why
Well,
I said
I don't
that.
feel you need to be friends. I feel you just need to communicate. I feel you just need, and that child don't need to know y'all have your disagreements, but you communicate about the child. Don't ask me how my day is going, and I don't want to tell you nothing about my day.
It's really windy here today.
I'm getting soaked.
And the topic is so hot, it's about to rain. So we're gonna take a commercial break and we're gonna be right back.
Advertise It BVI specializes in visual advertisement, specifically outdoor marketing and graphic designing, strategically located to attract motorists and pedestrians alike. At Advertise It BVI, we've been proudly serving the British Virgin Islands for over a decade, providing competitive pricing and customer satisfaction. When you advertise with Advertise It BVI, you never have to compromise on quality. With 9 locations throughout the British Virgin Islands, 18 billboard advertising opportunities. Contact Advertise It BVI Media Specialist today for all your visual advertising needs at 284-499-6969 or email us at advertiseitbvi@gmail.com. Visit our website at www.advertiseitbvi.com.
At Blossoms, our floral experts use their creative flair to design beautiful and exotic bouquets. We are the on-island wedding experts, and for boating enthusiasts, we can help you to add a touch of floral elegance, life, and color to your yacht, mega yacht, or super yacht. You can also find a wide variety of silk and dried flower designs, fresh cut flowers, local flowers, tropical blooms, fruit and gourmet baskets, chocolates, balloons, both helium and air-filled, various gift items, and an assortment of plush animals. With a floral experience spanning over 28 years, we have earned a reputation for excellence both locally and internationally. We've even worked with celebrities. At Blossoms, we continue to deliver smiles and watch our customers bloom.
Last time we had last episode, I talked a lot about screens and making things routine, and there was one thing that I didn't mention: skin cancer screening. I mean, I should have put that one first, right? But no, I wanted to talk a little bit about skin cancer. I'm not so sure if you guys heard about it, take it seriously, have had anybody who's been affected by it. No. Okay. So the truth is, skin cancer is the most common type of cancer, period. Did you guys know that?
I didn't know that.
Not within our race, but in terms of taking an overall, your statistics, it is the most common type of skin cancer, of cancer, period. Yeah. This is why it has to have routine checks. So there's something called an annual skin cancer screen. Now, when you think about skin cancers, and I'll specifically point out those that are higher risk for our skin type, but let's just say you're at risk, yes? But okay, let me just give you the 3 main types, and then we'll jump to our skin type risk. So the 3 main types are those called basal cells, squamous cells, and melanomas. Now, that might sound complicated, those words, but if you think about the levels of skin, think about a loaf of bread. The topmost layer, that is more like the squamous cells. This is the area that you actually feel. So the area that you see, the place that you moisturize, you see the changes. Then when you think about the bottom of the bread loaf, that is your basal cells. Underneath that, you can start thinking about the collagen, the dermis. This is the part that gives you a nice plump skin, and then under that is fat. But the issue is those cells, the difference in those cells. So the squamous cells, which are on the top, the basal cells, which are on the bottom, and in between those basal cells are those pigment cells, and we call them melanocytes. So you can see where those cancers come from. Squamous cells, top, basal cells beneath, and then the melanomas are from the melanocytes. Okay, so a lot of times, see how easy that was? But a lot of times, it's so frequent in type, it's because of the sun damage. So a lot of times what happens is you get a lot of sunburns, and what happens is these cells, the DNA, the genetic makeup within these cells, they break. And oftentimes the repair is not as accurate. Each time you get a sunburn, the repair is not as good as the first time. All right. Now, when you talk about our risk, skin type, darker skin type risk, it is not necessarily that we get a lot of sunburn, because with our melanocytes, we release a lot of melanin, so it protects us from the sun. That's our natural sunblock, if you can think about it.
Yes.
But the issue is those persons who have problems where their immune system is compromised. So if you, let's say you have to be on steroids, oral steroids, immune suppressive medications for a long time, or chemotherapy, or you've had radiation therapy. So all of these things, they manipulate your immune system where it doesn't function as optimal as it should be. So when your immune system should have corrected that DNA damage as darker skin type, we do it more accurately because of the, well, not more accurately, but we prevent the damage in the first place. The problem is your immune system cannot keep those errors in check. So oftentimes when you have radiation, you know, you give radiation to a particular area. So that area in a darker skin type will carry the risk. Somebody who's had a burn, like they've had a scald or whatever, wherever that area of the skin is actually damaged, that area has more risk.
So what about people who have skin allergies, sun allergies? So I have a high allergy to sun. My color changes to a permanent state every time I get sunburned.
So this is not good, because remember the first thing I said about the repetitive UV damage. So as you get older, then the repair is different. But I have to say, what's in your favor is melanin.
Good.
So even though you get your sunburn, a lot of times it may not be blistering or as deep. So then your damage is more like your melanocytes overproduce melanin as like an umbrella, right? So your like the sombrero, exactly. So you get a little bit more protection. So it's not saying that you will never get skin cancer, but it is saying that your melanin will give you a response that a Caucasian skin type, you can't make that, you can't produce that much pigment to create that protection.
So what can you tell people to look for? So because our jurisdiction, we have more melanin than a lot of other jurisdictions. What should we look for as darker skinned people in order to identify if we need to see a doctor?
Well, first of all, you have to think about your risk profile. So persons who have had like an organ transplant, so those who have had kidney, liver transplant, those persons have to be constantly immunosuppressed. That's one risk factor. So you need an annual check. The next thing is if you have to be on immunosuppressives, for example, lupus. That's one of the most common things we see in the black female population, in that they are too allergic to the sun and you must be immunosuppressed most of the time. So that's another one where you have to think about that. Persons who have chronic ulcers. So if you know a relative who have a chronic leg ulcer that is not healing, this is so popular because of vein problems. So within that wound is carrying a risk if you've had that wound for a number of years without it healing. So if you have those risk profiles, then those would be the areas that those persons would want to make sure they get a skin cancer screen for skin type, darker skin type. But when it's a lighter skin type now, fairer skin, blonde hair, light eyes, what you want to know is you want to make sure if there are any mold changes, right? So because of the damage from the sun, you get that repetitive error. You can sometimes develop these things, I call them ugly duckling sign. So every time I look at a client when I'm doing an annual screen, I have an acronym actually. It's the ABCDEs of melanoma. A for asymmetry, for that thing that pops up. A for asymmetry. If it's asymmetric, that's concerning. If the borders are irregular looking, I get concerned about that. If it has mixes in colors, if the colors are multiple. And then if you tell me you had it this week and then 3 months later it's twice the size, the diameter, that's D. And evolution. If you notice it was a bump, doc, and then all of a sudden it it becomes now an ulcer. It's bleeding. It's not healing. That's evolution. So those are the A, B, C, D, E's of melanoma. So usually when we do our annual skin screen for skin cancer screen for any skin type, I use that as my guide.
At what age do you recommend doing?
So it depends. So usually Caucasian skin type, if you have a sunbathing habit, 18 years annually from there.
Okay.
But outside of that, you can, skin cancers usually start later in life. So basal cells start up about maybe in your 40s, 50s, and so on. But we usually start annual skin screen for lighter skin types after the age of 18.
Cameraman, can you do me a favor? Follow me to the flavor. We'll be right back. Well, our cameraman followed us to the flavor. So we are here with BVI's and the Caribbean's Liquor Boss. So tell me something, because the boss will look a little pretty, so I'm trying to figure out.
It's a little fitting for today.
Is this a girly drink?
Yes, we brought a rosé for a girl named Rose.
I like that.
So it's actually a rosé out of the Spain region.
Woo! You know, every time you hear that sound, you should be like, woo! What happened?
I like the contraptions on it. So this is one of those reusable bottles for all of you out there who are eco-friendly. You can put your oil in this afterwards.
So actually this is where wine is going to in the future. They're all going to these tops.
Finally, no more trying to record.
They're trying to get out of the cork and the screws. So this is a more of the modern look that's going to be coming in the
I love that.
the future.
So tell me a little bit about this drink. It has a weird name.
Yes, it's called Lolea Rosé. It has something that's in it that's very familiar and similar to things that we know here in the BVI, which is hibiscus.
Oh.
So there's actually hibiscus in this rosé with some hints of ginger.
So it's not sweet.
There's some sweet notes to it.
You will see.
Most rosés are actually
This
dry,
smells like alcohol.
but this one has some sweet notes to it. So I'll let you guys go ahead and try it.
I like the bubbly already.
It's actually a little sweet.
So
Not much, but yeah.
it's actually really
So
good
this
for
is
pool
kind of
parties.
dry.
It's not as dry as most rosés. So that's why you get that sweet notes is actually coming from the hibiscus.
Oh, wow.
So without the hibiscus, you wouldn't get those.
That little bit of sweetness.
And
Okay.
there's a little fizz to it as well.
Yes, I love that part.
Bubbly makes it a little bit
tastes like
better.
something else I know.
What's that?
It tastes like something else. I'm not like
So what's
you.
the
I don't
difference?
know
You're not
the
a wine
names.
connoisseur.
I don't know the names.
I can't help you.
So what's the difference between this and the traditional rosé?
The traditional rosé one wouldn't have the hibiscus and the ginger. Those are made more from
Maybe that's that extra thing
Exactly.
we taste here.
So traditional
Ginger.
rosé are made from a grape called Grenache, and that's where you get that dryness from.
Okay.
Also Temperino, which is in both rosé. In this rosé and other rosé, the only difference is, like I said, is the ginger and the hibiscus.
Okay.
That's what brings out the sweet notes more in this one.
So is this something that can potentially be procured, made in our region, or is this
Not yet.
what?
The Grenache grape is a very hard grape to grow, and that's why it's only really grown in Spain because of the level of the soil and different things that we can't produce here. So this is actually more of an old wine.
So this is considered an old wine. The
Yes.
last time you talked
With
to
a
us about
little-
old
yes.
and new. Okay.
With a little hint of the new wall wine stuff, with the hints of the hibiscus and the ginger.
I
So
really
it's
like
kind of a
wines I
merger
can
between
cook
the
with.
two.
This you definitely need to eat first,
don't
people.
know yet.
Eat first before you drink this one.
So this is more for when you're laying on the pool.
I like it.
You have
Okay.
people over and you want like a little entry drink, so a little welcome drink. This is what you would welcome people with. and
What
stuff
would
like
you
that.
suggest that people drink this with? So
It's
what are
not-
we eating?
It's not much of a pairing wine. Like I said, it's more about
This is a leisure social
relaxing,
wine.
social. Yeah.
And I do
So
get
this would have
that.
been a good sell for the summer.
Yes.
Perfect.
I kind
So
of got that on my
definitely,
tongue.
make sure you pick up, what are we calling this? Lolea, is that how
Yes.
you say it? So make sure you pick up some Lolea Rosé. It really does have a distinct taste to it. I am not big on the heavy, I like wines. This isn't.
Yeah, rosé is a little different. You have to have a neck.
You have to like this kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff that you shouldn't drink.
I actually like it.
If you know your stomach can't, if you haven't had 89 pieces of bread first.
I like sweet wines, and this is not that sweet, but it still have a little sweet.
I like the aftertaste you get because it mellows down somehow. So you get some sweetness in the beginning, and then it kind of mellows down. So I like that aspect of it. What do you describe that kind of stuff? We need a wine connoisseur.
Yeah, we need a class. Can I have a class? Because
about all of these things along with Kevin, because Kevin is giving us all the technical stuff, but we need like one of
I want to be able to sound wine and intelligent.
We need a lesson.
Some wine language.
I want some wine language. Yes.
We'll do our language. We'll do our training one these days.
We need it. So we got our wine connoisseur. We just need the training to go ahead with this. Definitely a great thing to have, perhaps sunsets when you come home from work. You can sit, you can have a glass of this Lolea rosé, over a little bit of bruschetta or, something light. I like my stomach, people. I eat well. I eat very well. But I can see that going with that. You have some friends over on a Saturday afternoon, and you kind of just sit down, you have a chat, you take out the Lolea. I love the container, people.
And it's a reasonable bottle.
Yes.
So what are we looking at? Is this in the higher, don't tell us a number, but is it on the higher side? Is it in the middle, or is this kind of...
It's more mid.
It's more of a mid-level?
Yeah,
okay.
more mid-level.
And where can
Lower
we pick
to
this
mid.
up?
Caribbean Cellars, of course.
Only Caribbean Cellars?
No, there's other locations.
Okay.
But you can come to Caribbean Cellars, and we can
That's the only
we can
place
pair
that
it with some
matters.
other stuff that can go with this as well.
Yeah, I love that. So definitely pick up a couple of these bottles. You know what? I can see this going well with ladies. If you're going to a housewarming or you're going over to a friend's party,
Yeah.
this is the perfect bottle to take with you. So you
Indeed,
pick up a Lolea
indeed.
because it's a conversation drink, right?
Absolutely. That's what I'm feeling.
We haven't seen any with the cover, the
No, and
reusable
then it's
top
just
as
the
yet.
reusable top, so.
Definitely perfect. Listen, we are in Nottingham Estate, and you've seen us outside and inside. It has been absolutely gorgeous. Ladies, did you love it?
Absolutely.
Kevin, you from this side.
And Kevin alone? Hello. Don't make me bring my long look out on you.
The last time we were here, I said that we were in East End, and all of the East End people them there they eat me up. So let me say it properly. We are in Nottingham Estate.
Exactly.
Apparently I can't say East End.
No,
It's
it's not
the same. We need to do a conversation about this. I definitely want to say thank you to the homeowners. We are back at a private villa in Nottingham Estate, and it's just amazing. Did you guys love the fact that it feels like a villa?
Yes.
I don't know how people live here. It feels like you're on holiday.
Everything is just amazing.
Yeah, I love it. The outside area with the pool, great for conversation. We decided to come inside because the homeowner is cooking. So guys, we're gonna see you on our next episode. Make sure you stay tuned. Follow us on OAN Talk on our Instagram page and on YouTube, or on Another Note on Facebook. We've got a rosé to finish. We'll see you next time on Another Note. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.